Afternoon, welcome to Tier 3 after I had a little break. But I'm back. Just basically, I'm not on my peak today. I go to the dentist today. I've got a very sore mouth. I've got a bit of a tooth out. So any pity is more than welcome in the chat column. So I am going to make a cup of tea, but I'm not really looking forward to pouring hot things on it. I'll probably have to go to the dentist because I eat too many biscuits. That's really the problem. So anyway, I hope good. Beautiful day today. And today what we're going to talk about, Hemsley Fraser put a poll on LinkedIn, so you may have seen it, just about what are the biggest challenges facing people. Asked people to vote on those top 4 things. And the things we put up were about mental well-being and resilience, agility and adaptability, diversity, or management and leadership. And people voted, and management and leadership came out as the thing that people felt they needed the most help on, and the thing that we should focus on. They did come mental well-being and resilience was second, adaptability and agility third, and diversity and inclusion was fourth on those 4 things. Over 50% of people, though, mentioned the management and leadership. Anyway, that's what I'm going to talk about. Just some tips, some of the things from my experience I think help with a good manager. Yeah, I've got Jaffa cake today, but I'm not sure I'm going to eat that, actually. Let's see how we go. But I've got a question for you because it is a beautiful day today. It's a lovely day. It's getting very hot. Everybody's enjoying it, half term. But my question is, what is the highest temperature ever recorded in the UK in June? So the highest June temperature, and go like, 26.2 or whatever you think, because there is a point involved. So that's my question today. So try and answer in, what's the hottest weather? No, not as hot as Oman. No, so this will test you, Fahim, actually. This will test you. 26.2 for Clara, 32.2 for Jem. What's the temperature for you at the moment, Fahim? Type your current temperature in. So, but you're right. I bet it's a bit warmer. 26. It's got to be about 26 today, isn't it? I don't know. It have been cooler. 45. It's only 45 for Fahim. I honestly don't know why you left the UK, Fahim. 45, 29.3, 36.2. Oh, it's going up now. Are you just going to keep guessing until you get it? Did you just change the numbers around there? 36. Oh, it's a typo, probably. It's a typo. That's what it was. 34.4. Very good. Hoping it's warm down there for everybody. In Cornwall, we're not topping Fahim's 45. 32 to answer you. 32. Oh, right. Oh, I see. Yeah, your actual guess. Oh, that's all right, fine. That's nice. 32, it's not bad. See how that tea's going. Oh, my word. Right, I better start talking. So, yeah, we're going to talk about what makes a good manager. What can we do to be a good manager? And I'm doing a bit of work internally as well for HF, for Hemsley Fraser. But I'm doing something about, can we develop people? And that's going to be one of the things I talk about. But there's a lovely little video. Some people might have seen it anyway, but by a guy called Simon Sinek. And I mean, there's hundreds of Sinek's videos out there on TV. But he mentioned a question that I get asked regularly, and I love Sinek's answer. It's probably better than the answer I've given you. And the question that get asked a lot is, how can I get the best out of my people? How can I get the best out of my people? It's a classic question. And Sinek answers it by saying, your people are not a towel to wring. So it's not about getting, so the question's bad anyway. So this is the first thing. It's not about how can I get the best out of my people. It's how can I create a space, an environment where they will perform to their peak. That's what I want to do as a leader. And I really like that. So don't think, okay, how can I get the best out of my people? It's what can I do to encourage them to work so well? And I really like that. So don't wring them out. Create a place where they're safe. So what kind of things? And I've mentioned this before, but for me, one of the big things, you've got to build trust with your people. And if we go through all the things that build trust, how do we build trust? And we have to do things regularly. And my painful experience today is the example I always use with trust about going to the dentist. You go to the dentist every 3 or 6 months or whatever you do, and that is how you kind of you kind of ideally keep your teeth sorted out. Yes, of course, there's going to be that one-off moment, but going to the dentist once every 3 months doesn't really do much. It's the same as brushing your teeth every day for 5 minutes. It doesn't really do much, but if you don't do it, then when you go to the dentist every 3 months, then there's more problems. And if you don't do it at all and don't go to the dentist every 3 months, then you've got major problems. So trust is the same. It's not the behavior that builds trust. It's the repetition and consistency of behavior that builds trust. And I think that's crucial, because all the things that I kind of talk about, say, how do you build trust with your team members? Individually, they're insignificant. Like me saying, hi, how's your day? That doesn't make you trust me. But consistently, if I do that as a manager, as a leader, then that's going to get a response. Now, if you're a manager in your business, it's not just about saying, hi, how are you to your team? It's about doing it to everybody, because that's the whole lead. That becomes the ethos, the value, the behavior of the business. So not just look after 2 people or 10 people, but to look after the business. So that's one of the big things. That's how we build trust. Prioritize people. I've worked in people management for most of my career. Now, I always believe that if I can get the people on side, then the people will achieve the tasks. So prioritize the people, spend the time with the people, help them learn, more so now than ever before. As we come out of COVID, there's a hunger for learning, and the world has probably changed. How we're going to work is different. So you've got to let people learn and encourage them to learn. Good leaders that I've had, and I've been at work quite a few years, quite a few decades, but I can count on one hand, with fingers spare, the great leaders I've had, the great bosses I've had. Why? And what is it they have done? One of the things I remember that I'd always say is transparency. Be as open and as honest as you can with the people. And I'm saying as you can because sometimes there's going to be things that you're not able to tell them. And that's fine, I get that. But I think it's an overused phrase. For transparency, if somebody comes to you as a leader and they give you an idea, a process they think can change, be transparent about what you do with that. So that there's no kind of blockage. We've all worked with somewhere where an idea's gone in and I'll push that forward. And then that's it, nothing happens. It just disappears into some black hole. So be transparent as a leader. Now, it might still disappear into a black hole. As a people management leader, people will know it's not you that are dropping it into the black hole. So that's what we're after there. We go back, one of the words that I consistently see to help lead is about autonomy. And, that just goes back to one of Dan Pink's big motivation tips. His 3 things about purpose, mastery, and autonomy. So freedom and empowerment, and I stress this so much, empower people not only to succeed, but empower them to fail. So give them autonomy. Understand your people. Talk to your people. This is revolutionary stuff I'm going for. Talk to your people. You kind of think, well, surely that's what managers do. But is that what managers do? Again, doing this learning within HF, if your boss says to you, have you got a minute? What do we think? What's our gut reaction to that? We have to get used to managers and their people conversing. So talk to them. Just talk to them about anything. What's the best thing they've seen on TV in lockdown? If they were CEO for the day, what would they do? What's their favourite chocolate bar? It doesn't matter. Talk to them. Common complaint of the British workforce is they don't see their boss enough. We'll see them. So give them time. And remember, this is going to build trust. So you don't say, right, let's have a chat for 10 minutes, and then you're going to get it gushing at you. You're going to say, have you got 10 minutes? And then you're going to do it consistently. Have you got 10 minutes? Have you got 10 minutes? Have you got 10 minutes? Because that's going to build trust. In the first 10 minutes, it is going to feel quite stilted. But over the period of time, that's when the information comes. And you just be able to start talking to them and asking them and stuff like that. And that's, of course, what we want to do. Other things that come out from a leader, one of the words is charisma. We see this word a lot, charisma. You're going to have a charismatic leader. And that's quite hard because, can I train you to be charismatic? What are the top 5 tips of charisma? And one of the things we talk about a lot, there's a lady called Olivia Fox-Cobain, and you can find her on YouTube, you can Google her, but she tried to break charisma down into pieces that we could learn. And she came up with power, presence, and warmth. Power, presence, and warmth. And I like those three things. Now, the little phrase that goes alongside those is, she said, and this is more of a leadership tip than a pure management tip, but this is just about how we carry ourselves, that kind of thing. And Fox-Cobain says you've got to walk like a gorilla, stare like a lover, and speak like a preacher. Power, presence, and warmth. So how you enter and how you stand. So make sure you have that kind of power, that presence when you're looking at people. Just be there, stare like a lover. And warmth, speak like a preacher. So you're going to engage people. Communication more than ever from a leader. And think about the ways we do it. I'd be interested. I might investigate this actually. I haven't done this, but I'd be interested to know how many people are talking on the phone compared to 18 months ago. To their people, or are we just Skyping all the time, or are we putting videos out, or something like that? And I think that's always worth considering. So, are we doing the way that suits us best, or are we doing the way that suits our people best? And we have an internal mechanism at Hemsley and global, so we have a lot of people, push a lot of videos out. Somebody's challenged us thinking there, what about if English isn't your first language? It's really hard to watch like even a 5-minute video. So let's communicate in the right way. And finally, I want a happy, optimistic leader. That doesn't mean I want some lemming-like leader who just says that everything's going to be brilliant, but I want an optimistic leader. I want the leader, the manager, I want that to be the first person that I want to see. Yes, it certainly is. Yeah, yeah. That could be that could be a diversity nightmare for you, mate. Hello, HR. Yeah, don't muddle those up. Yeah, very definitely. So that optimistic leader, I want you to be a ray of sunshine. I want you to think about when you do see people again, even when you click go live, even when you say turn on your video camera, what are they seeing? So it's that's where it first comes from. An optimistic leader. This is what we can do. And as we come out of the scenario that we've been in, that is the time for optimism. So those are like little tips. We could talk for hours here, but that would be harder, and there's no telling where I go looking at Fahim's comments. Anyway, my answer. Let's see who was highest. Highest or closest. That would be Clara. Second guess actually. The highest temperature was 35.6. 35.6. That was recorded in Southampton in the blistering summer of 1976. When I was around and just a lad, and many of the people's names I see down the right-hand side don't even know what 1976 was. But that's when it was, 35.6. Don't know what it is today, but it feels very nice. Anyway, 35.6 in June. That's not bad for us, Fahim. That's a good day, that is. Anyway, I'm going to take a bit of time out this afternoon and bathe my mouth in salt water. Everybody have a brilliant day. Enjoy the sun. Thanks so much for being with me, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.